Hello, and welcome to our fourth part now of our Aligned as Fuck series. I'm so excited that you're back. I'm so excited that you've been keeping up. I'm so excited that you are committed to this series to become abundant and magnetic as fuck through alignment. Now, before we settle in, let's grab our drinks for the day or our snacks or whatever. I am having a adrenal cocktail. So this one is orange juice and aloe vera juice and concentrated mineral trace drops because I need a little afternoon pick me up. Okay? All right. Cheers. So, if you haven't already been caught up to this point, please, please, please make sure that you are going back and you are checking out part one, part two, part three before we dive into part four because there is a reason to the madness. There's a reason why we're going in this specific order because when we are talking about getting into alignment, there kind of is a process here. Sure, you can do it willy-nilly, you can do it however the hell you want. It's your life, it's your decision, it's your alignment here that we're talking about. But trust me when I say, as someone who has been in it multiple times and as someone who my entire life's work is helping women specifically get back into alignment and become the version of themselves who is magnetic and abundant as fuck. I know what I'm talking about, okay? For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Alyssa Simpson. I am a mindset and manifestation coach, specifically helping women, like I said, become abundant and magnetic as fuck. And if you are looking for your permission slip to start living in the most beautiful, dreamy, juiciest desire that you could possibly imagine, this is for you. Trust me. I have an online community called my Magnetic Movement Membership, and it is where all of my like-minded women come together, and each month we do hot seat coaching. There are live trainings. There is a mindset and manifestation vault where literally everything that I've ever taught, spoke on, given, advice on, or learned at length for myself and decided to regurgitate what I've learned to you is inside of this membership. I have challenges that I run every quarter to kind of reactivate that alignment and reactivate the abundance and reactivate the magnetism. And for only $111 a month, there literally is no other reason why you shouldn't be in there. I'm telling you, it is the place to be if you are on your self healing, self discovery, self mastery journey. This is the place for you. You can check out the show notes below to be sure and check out the sales page and see if it's something that really feels aligned. If not, please visit my website at alyssasimpsonx.com so you can see what else is there for you. I have tons of free resources, this being one of them. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can always be in the loop on what we have going on here at Alyssa Simpson X. Also, make sure that you are on my email list because that is where I'm sharing all of my behind the scenes, all of my intuitive downloads, all of my direct hits for anything mindset and manifestation. Okay, so let's get into part four of our Aligned as Fuck series. One thing that I hear the most from my private clients and the members inside of my membership alike is, okay, I understand everything you're saying, but what should I be doing? And if you've made it this far in our series, you're probably chomping at the bit too, wondering, okay, what should I be doing? What kind of action steps should I be taking? And because we are all so unique and so different and so authentically us, those action steps look different for every single one of us. And when you are becoming the version of you who is in alignment, the action part comes really natural and really easy. The manifestation formula is be plus do equals have. So when you are being the version of you who is in alignment, who is, you know, living the most abundant and magnetic and authentic way that they can, the doing part, the action part comes so much easier because you already have the answer on what you should be doing because you are being the version of you that you need to be. I do not have a desire to be an astronaut. So my embodiment, I'm not embodying an astronaut. So my action piece isn't doing things that would get me to space, right? This is very different for every single person. But what I want you to know is when you feel like you are having to force something, when you feel like every day you are trying to truly put a square peg in a round hole, that is not you being lazy or you being uncommitted or you being undesigned for that thing or undedicated. It means that you aren't in alignment. You're forcing something that is very unnatural for you. So when you are tuning into yourself and your intuition, number one, you can easily spot those things in your life that just don't make any sense for you to be doing, that just don't make any sense for you to even be trying to keep up with. Honestly, I if I don't know if I've mentioned this here on this series, but if you have been in my world, you've listened to my podcast, you're on my email list, you've seen all of my content here on YouTube, I have broken up with social media. Because for years, since 2019, when I started my entrepreneurial journey, I was trying to force social media because that's what everyone told me to do. That's what all of the big rig coaches told me to do. That's what everyone on the internet told me to do. To order to see success in my business, I've got to be on social media because that's where everyone is. And it just wasn't in alignment for me. And because it wasn't in alignment for me, I never saw the true success on social media that everyone else was telling me that I would get once I stayed with it. And trust me, I hired the team members, I did the engagement, I did the cold lead gen, I hired marketers and strategizers, and I even was a social media manager for a little bit before I started my coaching business. And let me tell you one thing. As someone who has done it all, seen it all, tried it all, my intuition was the answer for it. And my intuition told me since day fucking one that it wasn't meant for me. But I was trying to force it because everyone told me that's what I needed to do. And since I've been off social media, my life is so much more peaceful. My business is so much more peaceful. How I'm able to generate and create ideas and just the downloads I'm getting alone from not consuming other people's shit or feeling like I need to be on social media has been beautiful. So, aligned action versus hustle is what we're talking about right now. Hustle is the forcing things. It is the trying to fit a what did I say? A square peg in a round hole. It's trying to make something happen that feels inauthentic to you. That's the hustle. The hustle also comes in a form of burnout, overwhelm, anxiety, stress. Those feelings are not feeling from the divine. Okay? Universal intelligence, those aren't feelings that universal intelligence feels. Those are human feelings. And when you are talking about becoming in alignment and mastering manifestation, you are connecting back to source, to your soul. You're almost separating yourself from the human form that you are because this is just a form that we're doing and being a part of for, I don't know, 95 years if we're lucky. Like the rest of it is truly us learning how to connect back with our soul and learning all the things that we decided to unlearn when we came here to Earth. Now, before I get off on too much of a tangent on that, because I could literally talk about that for hours, and I'm sure there's a video already that I've done or a podcast that I've done already here on YouTube where you can listen to it, or, I'm sure I'll talk about it multiple times from here on out. Welcome to the party, if you will. I have notes here so I don't get too far off my tangents. Okay, the way you can really tell is you've got to be able to differentiate between inspired, aligned action and fear based hustle. When you are inspired and aligned, things feel good and exciting. This whole series was exciting for me to put together. It's exciting for me to set everything up and film this. It's exciting to see it posted on YouTube. It's exciting to see people interact with this series. It's exciting to have people tell me how excited they are to see the next part, to feel like, holy shit, Alyssa, what you said like resonated so much. Thank you for your tasks that go on with this video. Like I've been able to overcome all of these things and I feel like I'm getting back into alignment. Like that is inspired aligned action. Now, in the past, whenever I've put together, especially, oh my God, my fucking the free master classes that you're supposed to do as an entrepreneur on social media to like get people in your world, that exhausted the fuck out of me. I always dreaded putting together those presentations. I really didn't even care to talk about them or promote them or show up and sell these master classes because it felt very inauthentic to me. It felt like I was hustling for something and doing it expecting an outcome, right? Like doing the masterclass, I was doing it with expectations. Doing this series, my expectation is I'm having fun. I'm getting my message out there. I feel good doing this. And when I'm done recording and I shut off the camera, I'm like, I said what needed to be said. It felt good saying what I said, and holy shit, I channeled what was coming through to me intuitively to people who need to hear it. You know what I mean? So that's the difference. If you find yourself doing things out of fear, like, oh my God, if I don't get this done, then I'm not going to see success. Or, oh my God, if I'm not showing up on social media, then I'm not going to be successful. Or, oh my God, if I don't go to every networking event in my town, then I'm going to not have success in my business. Or what the fuck ever is, if I don't do something, this horrible thing will happen. That's fear-based hustle. We don't need that in our life. Inspired, aligned, because at the end of the day, your frequency is what is attracting the things that you desire, not the hustle at all. Honoring your cycles, okay? The law of rhythm states that we go through seasons, and each season is necessary in order for us to see the other season, right? Like everything ebbs and flows. Speaking of seasons, let's look at nature, right? Like we know that we're going to get to summer when we're in the winter. We know we have to kind of get through winter to get to the summer. For me, I hate the heat. I hate the summer. I get seasonal sadness in the summer because it's way too fucking hot here. Can't go outside, so I'm in my house all the time, or in the pool, or at the lake. But if I'm not in a body of water in my house, I hate being outside, so it makes me seasonally sad. And so for me, it's every summer I'm like, oh God, I just got to get through these months because I know that fall is right around the corner. And then I know that winter is coming. And then, oh my God, spring is coming. And I just got to get through this shitty season, right? The same thing goes here. Honoring that cycle, not rushing through it. Let your strategy include rest. Let your strategy include the creative process. Let your strategy be the fun that it is to bring something to life, right? For me, that is something that I have had to learn multiple times because for me, I put something together and I love it so much that I want to give it to the world before it's like ready, you know? I want to give it to the world before I've really like finished a thought. I'll write an email really quick and I'll send it and then I'm like, wait, no, like I didn't really finish my thought there. I kind of just rambled, but I was just so excited to get it out there that I didn't take the time to really get it how I wanted to get it. And every time that I rush through things just to get it out there because I'm so excited for it and I'm not honoring the creative process, I'm not honoring how good it feels to have a system in place to where things aren't just thrown together and put out there. I have been called a bull in a china shop more times than I can count because that's just how I operate. I'm very fast. I'm very get it done, get it out, get it done, get it out. If I have a to-do list, which I try not to do for myself because I go nuts having a list of things that I like know I need to check off. Um, and it makes me nuts if I don't get to everything. So I have to be one of those people that's just very in tune to the inspired action. And I have a team who handles the putting it together and putting it as a strategy and getting it out there the way it needs to get out there. So it's not like super messy and unorganized. And because if it were up to me, this would all just be like a live video with no links to click on, with no implementation at the end. But like, I know that that's necessary for you to really get everything you need to get out of it. But I've got to honor the seasons when I'm in the mode of creating and when I'm in the mode of rest and when I'm in the mode of really putting together something that's going to change lives. And when I'm in the mode of just simply existing behind the screens, in my pajamas, in my home, binge watching The Real Housewives, outside playing with my son, spending time at the lake house with my husband, like I have to honor every one of those seasons. And let me tell you one thing, for women especially, we aren't meant to be on all the time. We operate in a 28-day lunar cycle as society operates in a 24-hour cycle, which honors men's hormones, not women's hormones. So if you feel like you're constantly feeling behind or like, oh my gosh, I wish I always felt so good every day like this person does, no, you need to honor your cycles. That's a part of being in alignment, is listening to your body, listening to the rhythm of your own hormones, and honestly letting it kind of lead the ship here. Things are allowed to be easy. Things are allowed to be easy and potent. Okay? You don't have to bust your ass to build something, to create something. You don't have to work super fucking hard to live in your juicy, dreamy manifestation vision board. Okay? Let me tell you one thing. I have never worked less in my life, and I've never earned and received more in my life. When I was working 40 plus hours a week at a restaurant, managing a multi-billion dollar company, um, I was not earning what I'm earning now. And it's not because I chose an industry that would reward me more. It's because I listened to my heart and what my alignment was telling me to go to. And within my business, I don't work super fucking hard or work, all hours of the day and night, because that's not where my energy is needed most. And I do really well with honoring my seasons that I'm in. Okay. There are some seasons where I'm working multiple hours more than I would be doing now. There are seasons where I'm resting much more than I do now. And before I got into alignment, I would really beat the shit out of myself by like, why am I not working hard? I'm so lazy. I'm such a piece of shit because I'm not getting up and doing these things. Or like, oh my gosh, my to-do list is so long and I haven't even thought to look at it or whatever. And I had to really look at everything and say, okay, why can't it be easy for me? Why can't it come seamless to me? Why do I only feel good if it's hard? Okay. And that there was a whole slew of limiting beliefs that I had to really reprogram, because at the end of the day, I was the one telling myself that it had to be hard in order for me to be rewarded or to be able to receive. And that's just simply not true. When it does feel hard, I want you to align yourself through the resistance. And what I mean by this is resistance doesn't mean to stop, but it does mean to slow down and listen. When you feel that resistance, it doesn't mean to throw your hands up in the air and go, oh, fuck this. It means to stop and listen. It's the triggers that come up are always lessons for us. Why do I feel triggered? Why do I feel like I need to rush through this? Why do I feel there's resistance here? You're trying to be communicated to through your highest self. Your highest self is like, hey, hey, snap out of it. We aren't supposed to be doing this. This isn't, we are, like, you're wasting time here. What are you doing? Stop trying to force this thing that's never going to be what you want it to be. That's where all of that comes from. So it's okay to feel the resistance. It doesn't mean to stop and give up. Maybe set it aside. Take a step back and look at it as the whole that it is. And ask yourself, what am I needing to learn in this moment? What can I take away from this moment to become better? What can I take away from this moment and this feeling of resistance and apply it in a better, more efficient way for me and myself moving forward? The one thing I want you to do most is when you feel that shame or that doubt, I want you to transmute that into clarity. Because when you feel shameful about something, that is your inner critic talking. Your highest self is waiting for you to get to the aha clarity moment, but you have to feel the shame and doubt first. You have to. You can't just ignore it. You can't just say, oh my God, this is just a season. I mean, eventually I'll get over it. And down below, I'm going to include in the link that you need to click on in order to get the tools to implement this entire process that we are talking about when I'm talking through the aligned action versus hustle, and whenever it feels hard, like how we are learning to kind of feel through that resistance. I'm also going to put in some practices to reconnect with yourself when you have uncertain moments, because so oftentimes what I've noticed, especially with a lot of my clients, is they're like, Alyssa, I can't tell if this is my anxiety or my intuition. And I have practices for them, especially inside of the membership. There are tons of tools how I really help you, number one, overcome those limiting beliefs. There's multiple different ways because everyone's different. And sometimes one way to overcome a limiting belief doesn't really feel that great for you. So I have multiple others to choose from. Same thing when it comes to reconnecting with yourself in those uncertain, is this anxiety or is this my intuition moments. I'm going to include that tool in the link in the show notes. You've got to sign up to get those implementation tools, and make sure you tune in for part 5. I'll see you later. Bye.